Hello, welcome to the Daily Devotion. I'm Kathy Morris, pastor of the Dixon United Methodist Church. Our Bible reading for today is a Psalm of Trust. It celebrates God's rich provision for our lives. It isn't just that God provides us with food, God provides us with a rich feast. And the psalmist declares that God's steadfast love is indeed better than life. That's quite an exaggerated statement, but a sign of the joy and fulfillment that the psalmist finds in God. I'm reading Psalm 63, verses 2 through 8 from the New Revised Standard Version. So I have looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So I will bless you as long as I live. I will lift up my hands and call on your name. My soul is satisfied as with a rich feast, and my mouth praises you with joyful lips when I think of you on my bed, and meditate on you in the watches of the night. For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I sing for joy. My soul clings to you. Your right hand upholds me. The psalm speaks of the watches of the night. Nighttime was understood to be a time of vulnerability and reflection. And yet it is in the hours of the night that the psalmist feels God's strength and protection. The psalmist refers to God's protection as being the shadow of God's wings, and to God's strength as God's right hand. Times when we feel vulnerable can be the very times when God's power is most real for us. Columba was one of the great Christian leaders of the 6th century. He came from Ireland and founded very many churches and monasteries. He was a missionary. Columba is remembered and honored for having established a community on the island of Iona. And in order to do this, he had to embark on a very dangerous journey on the Irish Sea. Iona became a center for Celtic Christianity. The journey to Iona was indeed dangerous, and yet Columba had a deep confidence in God's protection. Columba wrote this: "Alone with none but thee, my God, I journey on my way. What need I fear if thou art near, O King of night and day? More safe am I within thy hand than if a host did round me stand." For a prayer exercise, what I'd like to suggest that you do is to hold out your right hand, and then to place your left hand in your right hand. May your right hand represent God's strength and God's power, and your left hand be you in those moments of vulnerability. And then repeat to yourself just as many times as you need these words: I am safe within your hand. You want to repeat this often enough and enough times that you begin to feel calm and relaxed. And then give thanks. Give thanks for God's steadfast love that endures forever.